half, but we could also double the lead. Different second one with Cape Town City throwing everything in order to equalize, to get one goal. And in that period, not in our best. We were not ourselves. It was difficult to spend time on the ball. Difficult. They were pressing very high and aggressive, and it was difficult to control the ball. It was a very bumpy field, extremely bumpy, and we have problems to get out of the Cape Town City structure. We tried later with Mahopa, with Gilberto, to have a little bit more capacity to link, to hold it in their half, and I think we managed to do it, but also due to the fatigue in the opponent as well. I think they put the rhythm extremely high from 45 to 65 minutes, and in the end they paid a little bit that extra rhythm, and we managed to spend more time in their half, having a couple of opportunities with Dion in the left that could finish with another goal, but it's 1-1. We played just now the second leg on Saturday in Joburg, and I think it's coming a very exciting game, and that's a good news.
Thank you, Coach. We'll take some questions. Awesome, Dile.
Just, Coach, do you think the postponement of the game on yesterday did it have anything to do with maybe your shortcomings from the game today?
What are your shortcomings? Sorry.
Anything that you may not have been happy about from your team?
Related with the...
Yeah.
No, I don't think so. The game was postponed because it was not safe, especially for the people who want to come and watch football. There's nothing to discuss. It was a good decision. We tried to keep focused, to prepare the game as good as we could, same as our opponent. I think we played a good game, and there's no, if something went wrong, it's not related with the weather or with the change of schedules. No.
Okay, Coach, how important was it to get an away goal?
Well, I think that you can imagine how important it is. It's much better 1-1 than 0-0. So happy with the goal, not happy with the fact that we concede. We want to win each and every game. And Saturday is not going to be an exception, but it's important that we create chances again one more time. But obviously, I think we need to analyze what happened in the second half, why I couldn't contain them a little bit better in those minutes, and let's see. It's another game on Saturday, and trust me, we're not gonna think that the 0-0 there is gonna be all right. We're gonna try to play for winning the match as we used to do it. So it's nice the 1-1, it's nice the goal away, but that's all.
Okay.
Coach, in the first half you had a lot of joy attacking the right side of City. Was that something you planned, you identified it as a weakness, because you had lots of balls that were played that side from getting to run and right back?
Of course. Everything that worked well, it was because I planned it. No, seriously. No, it's one of the things that can help you to. They were trying to stop us in the middle. Mococho, Domingo, and Fortune they were pairing with our 10s, following us everywhere. It was difficult to find from Pepe, from Daviso, and from Olisa, and our normal continuity inside. We managed to find Chejo a couple of times and progress from him, but also we managed to keep the fullbacks busy and sometimes find that runaway, especially with Relly in the left-hand side, like you said. good diagonal balls from Cesane. So yeah, sometimes when you cannot go through the central corridor, you have to find other ways to attack the last line, to get rid of the high pressing. Nothing special. It's the quality of the players to execute it, and today eventually it works quite alright.
Mr. Gleeson?
Coach, were you surprised with the intensity for this early in the season, or do you think that's a reflection of the new game, in particular the South African game, which is always 9,000 miles an hour? But I mean, for a game, the City's second game, your fourth game, it was a very high intensity.
And I think for us, it's been like that almost from our second week in pre-season. We play very intense games in Spain, as you know. Then immediately a knockout game with Super Sport. You cannot be in a low rhythm if you want to go through. Then Champions League, so it's all the time must-win games, basically. It was the same for our opponent against Sekupune, but honestly, I think that in that game they played in a totally different rhythm. Today, I think it's 2 weeks after that game, they are much better. They are in a much better space. Obviously, the motivation is different. You play home. The stadium is not packed, but it's a good crowd. It's spited. It's a high motivation, and like I said, I think the beginning of the second half, there's 20 minutes that we couldn't breathe, and then actually, personally, I think that they paid that rhythm in the beginning of the second half, and they have problems in the last minutes of the game. So, like you said, South African football used to be quite intense in terms of there's always moments in all the games that the game suddenly is broken and is going side to side without any kind of control. And today was not an exception. Good players on the field, players with talent, players with quality in the middle. So I think it's normal that in the end it was a game with a lot of chances to score.
Coach, just from where you sit, what would you say are some of the key steps of progression that you see from your team, having been in this position and in this competition the past 2 seasons and successfully so?
I think probably when there's always going to be progression if you know where you go, in my opinion, right? So we're trying to follow our line. We have a process going on, and as much as we don't get separated from that process, we will always improve. We will get more mature. We're playing right now with quite many young players, attractive players to watch as a fans. But yeah, it requires a lot of responsibility also from them to little by little be more complete as a football player. That's part of the process, and the only way to do it is competing at this level, competing in Champions League, going to finals, and that's the way that the team is going to grow, and we're going to be even more happy in the future, the near one.
Coach, your goalkeeper player of the match, just a few words on his performance, but at the same time, your goalkeeper gets man of the match. There are a few deficiencies, obviously, somewhere else. How do you manage that when the turnover is just the...
I'm not giving the man of the match award. I don't think that in this case today was, well, stop Riveiro. I think Sipo has had 2 really good interventions in the first half, in key moments. It's true, but one extension there in the second half, quite spectacular, but I don't think that Darren or Sipo today were under pressure. You know, I think the truth is that the ball was too close to Sipo in the second half, much more close than what I would like, and And yeah, that's why we play with one goalkeeper, because sometimes everything gets, broken in the structure and they have to appear. So we are a big team. We have a fantastic keeper, and they know that they are going to be tested sometimes only once per game, sometimes twice maximum, and they need to, appear. And today Sipo did it, and it's I prefer to see it like something positive that he appears in the game and not in the other direction. But like I said, it's true that for 20-25 minutes the ball was too close to him.
Okay, Rob.
Coach, just with the second leg turnaround being shorter and the way City plays, is there anything that you might change in the way you approach that game?
We need to find other solutions, yes, of course. We don't know if they're going to approach the game with the same type of pressing, with the same structure, with the same mobility when they are in attack, but once you see it, once you have the opportunity to experience those scenarios, you are more prepared for the second time. But probably Eric is going to propose maybe 2-3 different things, details that will make the things again difficult, different questions. So we have to be prepared for giving different answers, but also be prepared for what they propose today, because probably they feel that they have reasons to repeat some of the things that they did tonight. Yeah.
Okay, Mr. Gleason.
Coach, can I ask you a personal question? It's the beginning of your third season now. Just from what you expected when you arrived in this country for this league, and how it's been over the 2 years, has it far exceeded your expectations? Is it a lot? Has it been a hell of an experience for you over the last 2 years? Just some reflection on your first 2 years in the job.
In the league in general.
Well, just the Orlando Pirates job.
I think if I say this is what I expect, I'm not telling you the truth. I think it's a very, very complicated league in terms of it's difficult to win games, very difficult to win games, because I think that I said this 2 or 3 times before, the level of the players is high. You trust me or you don't, but the level of the players in this league is very high, technically is very high. And that gives you the opportunity to play good football, not only for me as an Orlando Pirates coach. I think that everybody in the league, or let's put it in the other way, no one in the league can complain about the quality of the players in the 16 teams, because every squad is quite alright in terms of talent, right? And that's what it makes the league complicated, because there's a lot of players in every game that can create unbalance, can eliminate 1 or 2 players suddenly and compromise your structure. If I have to say one big difference, if I compare with other leagues where I was coaching before, other teams where I was coaching before, and that makes everything very complicated. Then, let's say that my position is very, very unique.
Okay, the last one, Tashrik.
Coach, Mafukin, another good performance for him under the belt. When you sat down with him at the end of the season, while you guys were in Spain, Mafukin.
Mafukin, sorry. Yeah.
When you sat down with him, you and your coaching staff, ahead of the season, was there sort of targets for him to reach your certain potential that you'd like to see him at? Because, or to just continue what he has done last season?
No, really, like everybody else, and especially our offensive players, our forwards, we try to play with their strengths. First of all, we try to create spaces and scenarios where Rele can be Rele, where Rele can express himself as a football player and show the talent that he has. And then, like I said before, talking about the collective, the process, the possibility to play very competitive games in the club where we are. Is giving Relle and other players the possibility to get more mature, to be more complete, to fulfill the spaces where maybe he's not top, because you cannot be top in every department, but you can work to get close to that. So when you go to the field, you try to show who you are, and in the positive and the negative, you don't want to be seeing, your deficits as well, right? So we try to help each and every individual in the team. Relle is not an exception, and I think that you all, same that I do, we all have the capacity to see how much he improved in the last year in every phase. It's not only a player who with capacity to thread, with capacity to eliminate, with capacity to create chaos. It's also a player who is helping us a lot in the defensive phase, who is improving his capacity to win duels as well, and that's telling quite a lot about his commitment.
Okay, thank you very much, Coach.
Thank you.